Hey, come here a sec.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, look, before you lecture me on crime scene protocol, evidence tampering, I got something that was absolutely insane.
What's that?
Well, apparently these are the good doctor's research papers. You will not believe what he's been doing to this poor girl.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. What kind of a sick SOB would do something like that? Hello, Jessica.
If you're here to take me to electroshock therapy, Dr. Charles said since I'm doing better, I only need it every other week.
That isn't why I'm here, Jessica. I'm Dr. Jack Charles. My father is your doctor. I'm here because there's something that you need to know. Before you read this, you have to understand why I'm showing this to you. Dr. Charles may be my father, but I just found out that he's been treating a lot of his patients unethically, including you. I just don't think it's only fair. I just think it's only fair you know what's been going on. Maybe it's time for you to leave this place.
Every other week.
That isn't why I'm here, Jessica. I'm Dr. Jack Charles. My father is your doctor. I'm here because there's something that you need to know. Before you read this, you need to understand why I'm showing this to you. Dr. Charles may be my father, but I just found out that he's been treating a lot of his patients unethically, including you. I just think it's only fair for you to know what's been going on. Maybe it's time for you to leave this place.
But what?
Just read it, Jessica. You shouldn't be trapped in this place. Stop being a victim. Oh my God! I've seen a lot of crazy things, but this has got to be right there at the top.
Do you really think that what that cop was saying was true?
I hope not. I mean, what kind of a psycho would take a girl who was brutally raped and help her by convincing her that it never happened to her, and that it actually was her sister?
A sister who doesn't even freaking exist?
I heard one of the cops saying Dr. Demento back there is one of the foremost researchers in the field of post-traumatic stress disorder, and he was probably getting massive amounts of money for that research.
Wow, kind of makes you wonder what other kind of crazy stuff is going on there.
I've seen a lot of crazy things, but this has got to be right there at the top.
Do you really think what that cop was saying back there was true?
I hope not. I mean, what kind of a psycho would take a girl who was brutally raped and help her by convincing her it never really happened to her, and that it actually happened to her sister? Man.
Sister who doesn't even freaking exist?
I heard one of the cops saying Dr. Demento back there is one of the most foremost researchers in the field of post-traumatic stress disorder, and he was probably getting massive amounts of money for that research.
Well, it kind of makes you wonder what other crazy stuff is going on there.
Now, Dr. Jack, I need you to be perfectly honest with me.
Yes, sir.
Approximately what time would you say this occurred, sir?
About 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. And were there any, what in particular did she say to you before she shot herself?
She just said, I did this to her. I didn't do it. All I was doing was helping her, trying to help her with her traumatic shock she was in.
So you can't specifically remember verbatim what words she used before she shot herself?
Well, she said, you did this. You did this to me.
And Dr. Jack, I've got to be honest with you. I need to ask you a question. If we were to do a gunpowder residue sample on your hands, would there be any gunpowder?
No, I never touched the gun. I never had anything to do with it. She came out here with a gun. I don't know how she could have got one. We don't store guns in the hospital.
Who else would you say was out here with this occurred? Was it just you and her?
It was just her and I. There was no one else out here.
Now, how long would you say you've known the victim for? That's approximately. I don't need an exact date.
It's been 8 months, I think.
And she was a patient of yours, am I right?
Yeah, yes.
And one last question for you. When she approached you, did you see the gun in her hand already?
Well, no, she didn't have it in her hand at first.
Okay.
She had a folder a desk file of papers. And after she threw that, then she pulled out a gun. I don't know, of a bag or something. I don't know.
Now, this is very important, Dr. Jack. I need to know which hand did you use to fire